The Connection Show. Inspiring. Hope. Health. Healing. Sponsored by Brave Heart Workshops. Live with Jill Reynolds. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our page. Share it. Subscribe to it now and click the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming shows.
The Connection Show, inspiring hope, health, and healing, sponsored by Brave Heart Workshops, live with Jill Reynolds. And joining me today is my great friend, Dr. Michael Freeland. Woo!
Hey, Jill, how are you, my friend?
Who's in the house? Michael.
Hey, and that dude, DJ Mike J, you know I can't go nowhere without him.
Oh, gosh. Yes, indeed. Do an intro. You got an intro there?
I started one when we was in here earlier just to let people know that it's going to be serious business today. We're talking about real topics with real people, y'all. We're talking about building the minds of others, and how can we do that with none other than your girl, Jill Reynolds. This is why we're here today, to make this thing happen and keep it popping. Let's keep it going as I turn it back over to Jill Reynolds. That is the intro of DJ Mike J. Woo!
And Michael is an amazing DJ. He is an amazing DJ, but more so, he's an amazing man. And I'm going to read just a little bit about him. Dr. Michael has come through various personal life experiences which have shaped him to become a motivational international speaker and the author of Free Your Land, Developing Your Mental Real of State, a term coined by Dr. Freeland, focusing on mindset and the ability to overcome challenges. So he's lived with challenges for a long part of his life, and he's overcome them, and he's moved from victim to victory. And so today, Michael, I'd love for you to give a snapshot, and I say a snapshot because you are going to an event where I want people to come and hear you tell the full story, but we're going to give them a snapshot of what little Mike was like growing up, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how that snapshot of your youth led you to who you are today, Michael.
Well, that's a lot of information in a little bit of time. So what I'm going to do is just give you guys just a little bit about DJ Mike J, Dr. Mike Freeland, or they used to call me Mikey back in the day, so please don't repeat that. I don't like that name. But what I'm saying is I was born with a rare disease, and you're going to get a chance and an opportunity to learn more about that. But how this rare disease has shaped my life to this day, and it still continues. Listen, she says that I've overcome challenges, and I have. But one of the things that I have not overcome, and the one thing that I have to consistently deal with, is this very rare disease that I still live with today. So I want to be able to connect with people to help them understand that it's not so much what you overcome also, because this is about overcoming challenges, and we're going to help a lot of people. But there are some things that are ongoing, and it's not our fault. There are some things that have happened to us that just don't quite resonate with what we would see as a normal life. So how do we continue despite having to deal with situations that we cannot change physically? You know, and some things mentally, let's be honest. There are some people that have challenges mentally that they really have a hard time getting a handle on it. But you know what? When you come to this event that Brenda Ringwood is hosting, and it's going to be phenomenal. And I'm saying this not just because I'm going to be there as a DJ and a speaker. I'm saying this because this is an opportunity to connect with people and give them a life-changing experience. And see, the thing is, it's not what you bring in, it's what you take away. So we want to make sure that we have something to offer everyone. So please come check us out. It's going to be hot. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great time. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's not some tears shed, because emotions will flow as people's lives become more real to them every single day.
Well, thanks for that intro. And just so we don't leave people hanging, would you, because people sit there and go, disease, what kind of disease? What can you name what the disease is, so that kind of gives them an idea what you've struggled with?
Yes, the disease is called Milroy's disease. And what I've learned is that this disease has only been found now because I said rare. Notice I said rare. And when you're talking about rare, how rare is it? This disease that I have, Milroy's disease, is very rare, and it has only been 200. Let me say that again. There's only been 200 documented cases in the world of Milroy's disease.
Wow. What is
200.
Milroy's disease so people
It's
know?
it's an inherited genetic condition that is a gland disorder or a lymphatic issue, and it's not related to lymphedema. It has a relation, but it's not related in the sense that you can call it lymphedema. It is completely different. Whereas there are lymphatic issues, there are some things in my body that are missing when it comes to the lymphatic system. So they're going to get to know quite a few things about me, and without sharing too much, you will learn a lot more about myself and why this journey is so important to help other people.
Wow. Well, thank you for at least clarifying that. When people hear an intro that he has a rare disease, they're like, well, what is it? And it leaves them like, and again, if they come, they'll learn more, but just to help them. And it is hard when you've gone through any type of physical or mental disability in life to be able to overcome that, especially when it's an ongoing thing that still debilitates your body and can debilitate your mind. And so you have to still go through a lot of challenges every day in your life, right, Michael?
Absolutely. I mean, even this morning, every single day I wake up, I have chores that I have to do to manage my Milroy's disease every single day. I have to deal with various pains every single day, and I've done this my whole life. To some people, they ask me, how in the world do you do it? But, if you live with a condition so much that you have no alternatives, you just have to alter what you do to make it fit everything that you have to do during the day. But it's definitely a struggle, but definitely something that, I had to overcome mentally. This is why mental real estate is so important now. But I can't wait to have the opportunity to share this with others.
Now, does the debilitation, Michael, cause sleep deprivation as well? Pain when you're sleeping, or is it mainly when you're awake?
I can feel it at any time. When Milroy's decides it wants to start to flare up, it doesn't matter what position I'm in, where I am, what I'm doing. None of that matters. It really has an engine that drives itself. And so the best way I can always combat that is through, self-management, self-care. And so, paying attention to myself is a major piece to knowing really how to handle that.
Well, and Michael, you have the most amazing smile, and so when you're smiling the way you are, what I find very fascinating and interesting about you is no one would ever have a clue that you were struggling or in pain because that smile masks it. And so, you could be sitting there at a 10 level pain and no one would have any idea. Is that correct?
Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty correct. I mean, but I say that because one of the things that I learned to do, and my mother taught me at a young age, is to take care of myself for one, but also not to feel sorry for myself. A lot of times if I walk around with a sad face, the sick face, I'm in so much agony, first thing people are going to say is, what's wrong? But there's people that I need to connect with that goes beyond Milroy's disease. So what I learned to do is try to find ways to entertain myself to keep a smile on my. I'm kind of if you get to know, I'm kind of a clown anyway. I like to have a great time. I like to smile, but it's the excitement that I have to know that where I am right now isn't where I used to be. But at the same time, I know that it could be very different for me at any time. So I'm one of those wanting to take advantage of the moment when the moment's here, because I'd rather, I don't have to wait for somebody else to give me the flowers while I'm here. I'll start growing them myself.
Well,
So
I
that's
think
where it's at with me. I just want to make sure I connect with people in a way that helps them to really feel that it's okay. It's okay to accept that there are some challenges and changes in life that we need to make.
Yeah, and I think that's where you and I connect because I was in a major car accident, and for me, Michael, I can't walk. It's really hard for me to walk more than 2 blocks or stand for more than 5 to 10 minutes because my pelvis is shifted a whole inch off and tilts out, and so my pain's usually about anywhere from a 20, 15 to a 20. but I don't let people know, except when I walk, it's obvious because I walk like a duck. I wobble like a duck. So when I'm walking, I wobble like a duck. But man, you should see me though, Michael, when I'm in the water. I can kickbox in the water. I can do military sit-ups. I can do 200 crunches in the water. So you don't even know anything's right. So I feel like I'd love to be a mermaid. I'd be a mermaid and know.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Get me in the water, and at the event you'll have to bring your bathing suit, and I'll get you in the water with me, and we'll do a rock solid workout. Rock solid. So we keep talking about the event, and so let's let people know what an event is that we're going to. So the name of it is called Becoming the Best You Can Be, Overcoming Challenges, February 11th through the 13th in Overland Park, Kansas. And I have a flyer on that right now. I'm going to show the audience so they can see it. It's at the Sheridan Convention Center, and tickets are available only till February 8th. So you got to get your tickets right away if you want to attend in person. If you can't make it to Overland Park, Kansas, you can attend it virtually for only $49, and those tickets are available till February the 10th. So go to comechangeyourlife.com and get a ticket now. And I want to show you Dr. Michael Freeland's bio as well, and the Facebook group he's in, that you could join him in that group to connect more with him. And reach out to him too, because you definitely, if you're having any events, you definitely want to hook up with him and hire him to be your DJ, because he's amazing. He's just amazing.
Yes, we know how to we know how to have a good time, and that's really what helps put the signature to the event is the energy that's in the room. And when I have an opportunity to bring that energy and just see how it affects other people and moves people in different ways, trust me, I see people dance that have no rhythm. So, I mean, when we can get people moving that normally don't dance, that's a good time. But it's not just about having a good time. It's about getting the information that you need. But how do we prepare your mind with that? Is that we got to give you the energy that's needed to make sure that you're ready to sustain. Because these events are real, guys, and there's going to be a lot of things that happen at these events. There's going to be a lot of information that you need to have. Let me say that again. There's a lot of information you need to have. See, it's not just about us telling what helps us overcome challenges, but helps you realize more about what you're dealing with. But then how can we network and build into what other people are doing or what you would like to see happen for yourself? That's why we all come together. Get together, guys, because like-minded people can make changes throughout the world.
Well, and we just got wind that Brenda Ringwood was able to connect with Dr. Patch Adams, and he's going to be appearing now at the event as well and sharing a little bit about his story. And,
really?
And building hospitals that are free hospitals to help people around the world. So Dr. Patch Adams, remember Robin Williams starred in that movie.
Absolutely.
The real Patch Adams is going to be at our event to help you see what it's like to overcome challenges in life. And I wanted to ask you, Michael, share a little bit, because
that's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And I wanted to share with the audience. I had the privilege of going to Dr. Michael Freeland's first conference in Kansas City a few months back. And while I was there, a phone call came in and said that his book was now being put in all the state penitentiaries in Kansas or Missouri?
In the state of Kansas and Missouri.
And tell us a little bit about that name of the book and how that came into fruition of getting into the state penitentiaries.
Absolutely, because the book is called Free Your Land, Developing Your Mental Real Estate. That would be this little sign back here you cannot read. But mental real estate is really a life-altering movement that has been put in place. And I wrote this book for the reasons that I live and for the reasons I believe why I was able to overcome some of the challenges that I've been through in my life. And real estate is understanding everybody needs mental real estate because we all possess what? The mind. And so with the work that's been done in the book of mental real estate, Free Your Land, that's the title. I always say mental real estate because that is the initiative. That is my global initiative that has gone to other countries of Ghana, Uganda, in Nairobi, Kenya right now. I'm heading back that way in March. So I'm saying this because the work is important. It's not just a book. It's not just a good read. It's a guide and it's a tool. And it's to help anybody who wants to grab a hold to mental real estate to understand and realize more about themselves. Because, you know, a lot of times people pick up books and will read about the person. It's not so much about me giving you me. It's about helping you to realize more about yourself. So I tell people all the time, the book doesn't end with me. It begins with you.
And so the state penitentiaries felt this to be a valuable tool to those that are incarcerated.
Yes, and this is still a process that's actually, it went through the White House. So this is a proclamation, in my understanding, that has been going to the highest level because it's way into the hands of somebody who has the influence and has made some decisions and has connected with some people who see a necessity in having mental real estate, this book, in the hands of the penitentiaries, every one of them in the state of Kansas and Missouri. And I'm also talking about the juvenile facilities also. You know, and I say this, I think I said this even at the conference, some of the best minds that we still have are behind those walls. And we need to remember that one of these days, if Lord willing, these kids and these young adults or these older people that have spent years and time in there are going to come home. And what do we want to equip them with? I mean, a lot of times if we know that if we're not careful, some of them can be repeated and end up right back in there. But that's not what we want. We have so much inspiration that are inside those four walls that we need that out here. Because some of these kids don't understand. Some of these adults don't even understand what it takes to actually have to overcome challenges. It's one thing to overcome challenges and be free. But can you imagine having to overcome a challenge incarcerated? We have too much power state belongs in the system and in the hands of the people who really need it, because we have so much influence behind those walls that they really make a difference. If we can just get that voice out here, if we can make that connection with them and other people out here, guess what? You think we're changing the world now from this seat? Wait and see what happens when these penitentiaries all around the country, and I'm predicting this around the country because it's already catching fire. I'm receiving calls from other facilities and other locations asking about mental real estate. I'm in colleges and speaking to the youth and some of these young leaders that are coming up for tomorrow about mental.
You froze up.
Just put it in.
There, it's coming. You keep freezing in and out of stuff, so we're catching you, but there's a freeze about every fourth sentence on you for some reason.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Nothing you can do about it. It's called the internet. The ghoulies in the internet. You know, Michael, I'm so grateful that you shared that to the audience and with myself too, because I see this as potential real big healing too to our post-traumatic stress disordered veterans who have served in the military. And Michael, I want to hook you up with someone too off air, but where I think this fits in is and I hate to say this, I'm a distributor, but I never even promote it because I just don't like to sell stuff, vitamins. But I found a man who you would absolutely love, who himself had his own tech firm, and he ended up working so many hours he became addicted to alcohol and went into treatment, and they wanted to medicate him, and he refused the medication. And when he got out of treatment, Michael, he sold his company, found the best in the country, a PhD man who creates nutrients. And they started the company called Amari Global. And they're called Amari Global, the mental wellness company. And their vitamins and nutrients were beta tested with veterans in, I believe, Oregon. And on the beta test, within 6 months, the PTSD was dropped 60% by these organic nutrients for the brain. And so what a partnership that would be for you with your book to do with the mental real estate of your knowledge and then the nutrients that balance the gut, the brain, the heart together to give you true, real mental state, physically as well as emotionally in your body and mind. What a connection.
Absolutely. I think that's an important. Thanks so much. I mean, just for considering the connection.
Yeah.
And this is also the power in which I even shared with the group last night, that realistically, there's no greater support than the network. When you can find a network that will, because people will connect you with people that you just don't even know, but you just seem to have the same type of initiative that they're working towards or they have achieved. And even if you don't know exactly where you fit, they can help you understand where you belong. So I love this. Thank you so much, Joelle.
Yeah, it just hit me as you were speaking. So thank you for sharing that. So, hey, guys and gals, get your tickets today. There's no reason to be holding back. You need this for yourself. We're leading up to Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is not about, in my opinion, being in love with that special someone. It's loving yourself. So what would it be like this Valentine's Day for you to do self-love? Get yourself a ticket. They're only $399 for the in-person event, where you're seeing about 20 amazing speakers teaching you, sharing with you ways to become the best you can be. But it's also including meals and including a black tie dance with DJ Mike on Saturday night. And then, if you'd like to stay over on Sunday, we're going to have a Super Bowl party together. You'll be able to not only listen and learn from these speakers, but you'll be able to connect personally with them in an intimate setting. So if you can come in person, please do so. But again, if you can't, no excuse not to love yourself and get a $49 ticket virtually. That can be aired anytime you want, because you'll have the recording, can watch it and listen over and over and over again till the mental real estate sinks into the brain and change occurs. Right, Mike?
That's right.
Sometimes we need the replay over and over till we get it, right, Michael?
Absolutely right. As often as you need it, it's there.
It's there. So thanks again, Michael, for jumping on and joining us today out of your busy day. And everyone, we will see you at Becoming the Best You Can Be event, February 11th through 13th. Rock on.
Take care, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you all soon in Kansas City. We'll be ready.